NHL Network's Brian Lawton joining us now to dive into this trade. And we're going to start with the players that are going to the Maple Leafs, Tyson Berry and Alex Kerfoot. What do these two players bring to the table for Toronto?
Well, obviously, the Toronto Maple Leafs have been desperately trying to upgrade their D-core. Tyson Berry is exactly the guy to do that. He's a #1 power play guy, and quite frankly, I thought he was sensational in the playoffs last year for the Colorado Avalanche. If I had been scouting him then for Toronto, I would have been pretty excited about the opportunity to get this guy because he is a much better defender than he gets credit for, and he absolutely can drive play and dominate offensively. In Kerfoot's case, I think you've got a nice replacement for Kadri. Kadri was obviously a luxury, ultimately, that the Toronto Maple Leafs could not afford. Kerfoot, I think, fits that third-line center role a little bit better. He's going to provide much more offense than most of the fans would think of when they think of him. And the fact of the matter is, these are economical deals that the Toronto Maple Leafs really had to make.
Brian, that's a glowing review of Tyson Berry. So why was it so easy, or seemingly so easy, for GM Joe Sakic to get rid of him? Was it because of guys like Cale Makar and an emerging young blue line?
Absolutely. If you ask me who I would be most bullish on of any team, particularly in the West, it's the Colorado Avalanche. And we've been saying that for a while here at NHL Network. Their future is incredibly bright. Cale Makar came in and played tremendous. Of course, they go on with Ottawa's pick. 4th overall, they select Byron Bowen, who has been tremendous in the Western Hockey League for Vancouver. He's a guy you got to be excited about. This team overall, though, they are in a great position. Lots of cap space, star players, adding depth now. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the future. And this Kadri addition is enormous for them. Ivanka gives them an opportunity to continue on in a really good position with a second-line center that's signed for 3 more years at a very, very reasonable number.
With names like these, teams like this, you always want to know who's the winner, who's the loser. Do you see one team standing out as that, or is this a pretty fair trade?
This is a good old-fashioned hockey trade. I think both teams have an opportunity to come out ahead. I had been talking about Kadri for about the last at least a week or so in terms of all the conversations I have with teams. They'd always ask me, who's a guy that you would go out and target? Kadri was that guy for me because of the term left on his contract and because of the fact that he got pushed down by the talented centers that the Toronto Maple Leafs already had, and they probably weren't realizing the full value out of him. That won't be the case with Colorado. On the flip side, Tyson Berry was a guy that I thought would be moving. I'm not surprised with the youngsters they've added. This truly is one of those deals that should work out quite well for both teams.
The rare win-win trade. Brian Lawton, thanks so much for your insight.
My pleasure. Thank you.